Well, hello and blessed day. Um, so I want to talk about bullies. Yeah, let's talk about bullies and being scared into submission. Now, when I say being scared into submission, I'm just wondering. So, if you would like to, or if you would so politely leave in the comments, what does being scared in submission mean to you when you first hear me speak those words? Being scared into submission. Hmm. Well, I can only speak from my experience, right? And from, things that I've observed from other people and their experiences that I've witnessed or that they've been so um, trusting to share with me, right? I don't know that I'm going to necessarily go into a story, but who knows? Whoever knows when it comes down to me, right? So, the reason that I am bringing this up is because, regardless of what age you are in, life is like high school. Life is like high school before you even get in high school. Life is like high school even after you're out of high school, right? People and their expectations, not realizing that you are the main character of your own story. And oftentimes, when they realize that you are so confident and assured within yourself and who you are, they don't like it. Why you get to become, why aren't you bothered that I am bothered? Is the energy that they give off, right? So, bullying does not necessarily mean that someone's physically touching you or that they're physically attacking you or that they're messing with your financial stability and everything because ultimately you're the one who allows it to happen. So are they bullying you or are you bullying yourself and allowing yourself to be mentally bullied? That's something to think about. Mental bullying yourself, downgrading yourself because of what someone else prefers, denying yourself because of what somebody else told you you should do. Now, yes, there is physical abuse, and prayerfully, no one is currently, well, I can't say no one is currently going through that because there's many people in the world who, second by second, minute by minute, are going through physical abuse. And I so pray that they find the self encouragement and the confidence and the awareness, even if they don't have the confidence to leave those situations. But what I'm speaking on now is mental bullying yourself, but also the awareness of when someone may not realize that they're bullying you because of how you make your presence makes them feel, or even those people who are aware that they're trying to make you feel like crap. Now, the curiosity that killed the cat to all this, and I'm sure the cat got 9 lives, so the cat revamped itself. Um, why do people do this? Whether external to you or your internal self. Why is bullying a thing? Bullying is a thing because of control. Yeah. So if someone is externally bullying you, they want to control your next move. And they're hoping. I don't know that they're necessarily praying now, because if they was praying, they wouldn't be bullying you, right? They'll be dealing with themselves. They're hoping that your next move will be a downfall. So they can take credit, whether to themselves or to somebody who they want to brag to. Look at what I made them do. Look at the power and the authority that I have over them. I made that happen. They thought they were so big. They thought they were so mighty. Look at how I made everything just tumble and crawl. Isn't that malicious? That is so malicious, right? To me, type person I am, that says a heck of a lot about them. Yeah, you're really bored. You're bored with your life because life has so many different possibilities, so many luxuries and options and just things that you could experiences to be had. And you chose to focus in your attention on little old me who over here minding her business that you couldn't find any business of your own to go and attend to. How sad that must be to be you. Now, internal bullying is pretty much the same thing. You're scaring yourself into submission to not see what you're capable of, to not see life change for you. Now, external bullies, they want to see you go down. Internal bullying, you're usually trying to keep yourself where you resided, where you reside at, which is in a current, which is no change, which is potentially things getting worse or waiting for a handout, not allowing things to get better, not welcoming things to get better, submitting to fear. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Because even a person in their depressive mind state, even a person who is full of fear, hopes and prays that things will change. I'm not going to say what you have yet to realize is, but what you will realize is change is not going to happen unless you stop bullying yourself and convincing yourself that this is all that I'm good for, that this is all that it's going to be, and actually takes the steps in a different direction or moving forward to amplify yourself, to be greater than that misery that I'm sure you have to be exhausted in being. So, like, why bully yourself? Because whether it's external bullying done onto you or it's internal bullying to yourself, quiet, out loud, you complain, you brat, you trauma bond, it's entertainment for somebody. And people who are moving forward in their lives, finding peace, being themselves, are not entertained by it, nor do they pity you anymore. Why would someone who is going about their life and minding the business that's theirs be entertained by seeing you in misery? No, they're not going to hold your hand and take you through the steps of responsibility because you have to love yourself. Thank you. You have to love yourself so much that you're willing to maintain whatever gift, whatever lessons, whatever presence is given to you. And a bully, whether it's you or someone else onto you, does not love their self. Now, yes, here in America, we see levels of bullying as drama and entertainment. I myself, frankly, have just exhausted it out because it's like, is there really a surprise to the tactics anymore? Is there any surprise to the possibilities anymore? Now, yeah, scamming is definitely a bullying circuit that tends to, you like, wow, they can do that now. So when I say becoming scared into submission or being scared into submission, should be not the meat of you and your downfall. Being scared into submission should actually be fear based encouragement. Now, for those who are biblical or you're spiritual, you just believe in a higher power. You believe in a spirit of yourself. You believe in the Holy Spirit. You believe in God. You believe that there's more, right? The more. Fear-based encouragement. No. Most High God did not create us to be fearful of anything or anyone. Birth, rebirth, death, however you want to see it. Even a rebirth is a death. Change has to happen. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because by being uncomfortable, you allow fear to actually be your encouragement to help you with your discernment, to direct you into what needs to be done next, into how to better protect yourself or not make the mistakes that you have made before. It's a beautiful thing. And the amazing thing about it is that those people who externally bullied you will look at you and be like, how they do that? And no, you don't need that validation. But just have that encouragement, that fear-based encouragement that isn't, oh, panic and anxiety and oh my goodness, I just need a... No, don't do that. Don't do that. Although you might, if you got to do that for a moment, allow yourself no more than 4 minutes and then get back in the game and realize game of life is real. Whether you feel like you're playing and participating or not, heck, if you're living, you just are, okay? Somebody had to explain that to me because I'm like, I'm not playing no games. I'm dead serious all the daggone time. And whatever it is that I choose, no, but there are actually people out here playing a game, and things are a competition, even though you may not see yourself as a person in the competition or a competitor. Encourage yourself. Allow your fear to be the encouragement. Allow your fear to be the acknowledgement of what it is that you need to pay attention to. As I said, every mistake is a lesson. And at the same time, while it's a lesson, it's a blessing because it's helping you. It's helping you map out what works and what doesn't, what you can tweak, and what should just be frankly left the hell alone. Fear-based encouragement. Fear-based encouragement. We don't have all the answers. We're not going to have all the answers to why someone behaves a way towards us or why we have chosen to behave a way that we reflect on. So why we choose to reflect, behave a way that we reflect on, right? Or did behave a way that we reflect on. Your internal bully. Yourself is always going to be your greatest critic. You will always be your worst bully. No one can hold you stagnant but you. So that being said, right? I'm going to say it again. Let your fear be your encouragement. Dive deep. And sometimes you might just need to dive, on the surface. I wouldn't say dive on the surface because who's really diving into the kiddie pool? Please do not do that. Okay. Dip your toe in the water. Why are you afraid? Write it down. And take it step by step. What is it that I'm really shouldn't be afraid of? Because it's no big deal. It's just all in my head and I just have yet to see myself move forward and apply what I know not to be true. That there's no reason for me to be afraid of this. Yes, no is a complete sentence, right? But even that no, even a million no's will eventually help you work that map and that blueprint out so good that eventually you'll run into creating yourself or even that opportunity to becoming the yes that was actually meant for you. I used to have such a hard time letting somebody tell me no. It's not even about letting them tell me no. It was in their right to tell me no. Not saying that they had any control over me, but it was their choice to tell me no. And them telling me no, every no that I've ever gotten, either redirected me someplace where I should have been, that I need to be. And most of the time, that place that I should have been was my own capability of being able to provide for myself. I mean, 2025, amazing, right? And I won't dive too deep into this because I know it's a sensitive conversation. But even with Trump, right? Trump is saying no to a lot of things. Trump is changing a lot of things. Let that be your fear-based encouragement. What do you need to change to put yourself in a more stable position in life? A more stable and feasible state of mind for yourself going forward? Because how I see it, and I'm not going to say that I agree with everything that's going on with Trump, but I would definitely say this much. Trump is giving everybody a no in one way or another. He's saying no to everybody in some aspect of their life, some aspect of their comfort. He is really shaking stuff up. So now that he's removing certain levels of comfort, look at the capabilities of things that you should move towards. What that's all discomfort is. Discomfort is saying that you have been too comfortable here and that it is time for you to move forward. So long as you sit back and you dwell and you feel like you're being bullied into submission or scared into submission, you're creating your downfall. You're making yourself fall. You're allowing yourself to fall. So no, this does not mean run into the hands of the person or people who will make it easy for you and sell you shortcuts. And in order for, you to get that shortcut, it needs to be transactional. And that transaction is going to cause you to lose respect for yourself. That's not what I'm suggesting at all. See yourself, create yourself, build yourself, acknowledge yourself. And show yesterday's self that today and tomorrow going forward, you would no longer tolerate what you once did. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. You know what I'm going to tell you? Be surprised a little bit. Make it like a birthday celebration because you're rebirthing yourself. And a lot of times it's called an ego death. You're putting death to your ego and to your pride, into your codependency. And you're moving yourself to a place that you may not have necessarily been able to imagine for yourself had you not have done. Trust me, it's going to be a great thing. It's an amazing thing to move forward, to be different, to allow different to come into your life. So if you are being physically abused even, don't be afraid to let go of what does not service you. If you're being physically abused or even mentally abused, financially abused, remove yourself from that situation and whatever that person was given to you to hold you hostage. Give it to yourself. Because whether it's an external bully or internal bully, that's the thing that scares them the most, is you realizing how to supply yourself and no longer need them and no longer care. Trust me, it is such a freeing feeling. It is such a freeing feeling. And yes, it may take hard work. It may take long time. It's going to take effort. Not may take effort. It's definitely going to take effort. And if it takes a long time, imagine how much longer of a time it'll take if you keep on thinking about it and you don't actually apply it. If you don't make the proper, take precautions and proper steps of, once again, protecting yourself. Don't make rush decisions. Yes, mentally prepare yourself, but don't sit there. Do not sit in the mental preparation phase. Because as an analyzer and as a perfectionist, me being a perfectionist makes me an overanalyzer at times. That mental preparation state of mind can leave you stuck because you're sitting there and you're pulling apart and you're picking strings and you're, okay, what if I move this over here and you move this over here, and then you got stuff written down all over the place and you don't know which one was first and which one was last, and is there a last, or are you still in the middle, and it's just a whole hot mess. Take the active steps that you can, and the active steps that you take, do your best to not have to take physical steps going back. So, as I said, and as I'm going to keep on saying, and I'm going to do my damnness to continue to apply to myself, fear-based encouragement. Fear is your greatest motivator. The thought of being in lack, the thought of not having. And no, it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be times that you're going to be in lack, even of the things or the experiences that you work so hard for. Then it's time to regroup. Go map it back out. Go sit with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that I did? Take accountability for the times that you have to take that you've had, or that you realize that you've taken a few steps back. It's definitely not always someone else's fault. Rarely ever is it someone else's fault. Most times it is on you, because you are your own responsibility. The choices that you made to this point. Yes, I usually talk about, being brought up as a kid, and, well, not my personal self, but just the understanding of, we're all born into this world and we are all conditioned to be a certain way. Once you reach a certain age of, I'm grown and this is mine's, everything else is yours too. The way you think, the way you act, the way you continue to think, the way you continue to act. If you choose to change it, if you chose not to change it, it's all on you. So as I said, no one else is to blame. Not even you. Take accountability. Don't blame yourself. If you just like being that way, take accountability. But don't be a liability to other people by sob stories or blaming them for not being a kind-hearted person and helping you through your struggles and everything. No, your struggles are yours. Your struggles are definitely yours. What do you feel you deserve? What do you feel you deserve? Go after it. Be about it. Be proud to say that this is who I am. This is how I am. And as of now, this is the way that things are going to be. Find peace in who you are. Just don't be a liability to anyone else's livelihood. Now, yeah, there are people out there who are willing to participate and willing to volunteer their services and help you out, or even just give. I don't know. But overall, be honest about who you are. Because if, let's take it this route, right? If you manipulate someone else's kind heart or willing to help you, provide, whatever, right? And one day your mask falls off and they realize that you manipulated them and that you told them what you felt they needed to hear in order to get their help, and that you are not the person who they believed you to be, or not that they believed you to be, because honestly, people could believe you to be something that you're simply not due to their own experiences, right? But that you are not the person who you presented to them that you are, or that your situation isn't what you presented your situation to be, and that you really, put that extra sugar on top to sweeten up the shit, right? Yeah, shit on sugar. You're going to burn out your resources, your willing resource of someone else assisting you. So I would usually say, and I'm always going to say, be honest about who you are. Be honest about your intentions. That way you don't have to look or even stress about when they're going to leave or when that opportunity is going to leave. And guess what? If it leaves, then it no longer suits you. But if you're lying and if you're manipulating, it didn't suit you in the first place. You just burnt out a blessing. So, back as I was saying, and I know I like to say so a lot, but it's very comforting to me. Be careful about the bullies in your life and the attention and entertainment that you permit off the back of yourself, your namesake, the things that you allow. Because as your bully, whether internal or external, is being entertained, the only person who's being sacrificed is you. And if you see someone else's confidence as a bully to you, that is as well you internally bullying yourself. Because what someone else is choosing to do with their life has nothing to do with you. And it's very important to remember that. So long as what they're doing with their life is in the engagement of willing and knowing participants who know what they signed up for, it's none of your business. So don't bully yourself even by looking at, why do they get to do that and I don't? Mind your business. Focus on you. And stop trying to deconstruct other people's situations. Question it, in comparison to your own scenarios. Find peace. Be humble. Be blessed. And as always, I can say so much more, but you know what? The conversation is really for you to be having with yourself. Let fear be your encouragement. Let fear be your encouragement. Be blessed.